universal law of the jungle governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible united before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
More than one small country. It is a big idea. A new world order where diverse nations is more than one small country. It is a big idea. A new world order.
From some other species from another planet outside of the universe. We forget all of the world differences that we have between our countries. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
What is Skull and Bones, the secret society? It's so secret we can't talk about it. What does that mean for America? The conspiracy theorists are going to go on. I don't know. I haven't seen the number 322. First of all, he's not the nominee. And look, I look for the presidents. No, I'm not going to lose. The presidents. No, I'm not going to lose. You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us? Not much, because it's a secret. Is there a secret handshake? Is there a secret code? I wish there were something secret I could manifest. 322, a secret number? There are all kinds of secrets. But one thing is a secret handshake. Is there a secret code? I wish there were something secret I could manifest. 322, a secret number? There are all kinds of secrets. But one thing is not a secret. I disagree with this president's direction that is taking the country. We can do a better job, and I intend to do it. And we'll be watching these.
It's not a new idea. President Bush talked about it back in 1991.
It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause.
Now, former United States Trade Ambassador Robert Zoellick is talking about it again with renewed vigor. This time.
Is it a new world order, or is it the same old scam? Why do these symbols still appear as symbols of power? We have been lied to about the construction of the pyramids. Why? One of the theories that the pyramids were built with wooden rollers up a ramp inclined to the top of the pyramid is disputed on the simple notion that no wood exists on planet Earth that could withstand the weight of a 20-ton block. Also, there is no actual record of the building of the pyramids, except the already debunked Cheops tomb robber story from the 18th dynasty of Seti I, which has already been proven to be contrived. The truth is, the same symbols have been used by the ruling class to identify themselves since the beginning of our civilization in Babylon and Sumeria, and Greece and Rome. These ruling priests or politicians use the eagle, the pyramid, and the sun to identify themselves. The reason the top stone has been removed in all of our modern symbology and symbolism of the pyramid is because in Giza, in Egypt, it has not been placed either. In Egypt, top stones are also missing. This represents the invisible force ruling from the top of the pyramid. That is why there is an eye in the top stone, because that single ruler is carefully watching his enterprise from an elusive, invisible, and very secretive place. A lot of people, they like to entertain the idea that only Republicans are inside this New World Order network. That is untrue, and part of the deceit is to create the illusion of antagonism within the exoteric hierarchy, so the more secretive clandestine circle can function without hindrance. By making a careful study of the planet Earth, this network can create elaborate hoaxes to further displace their true agenda. For instance, in ancient times they would use knowledge and science to create a prophecy that the gods were angry and the sun god was going to be eaten by the moon god. So meanwhile, knowing the solar eclipse is coming, the priests would begin to recite their god's angry rhetoric mumbo-jumbo before the solar event. And once the event began, people would believe the priests and the mumbo-jumbo and give the priests sacrifices and money, believing these sacrifices would make the sun reappear. So after the sacrifices and the money and whatnot, the priests would continue the mumbo-jumbo, the sun would reappear, and everybody would be happy. And only the priests and a few careful observers of human nature knew that these tricks were being done to the mass of the people. It's just Satan telling the same lies to deceive people from the truth of who they really are. But only the priests and a few careful observers of human nature knew these tricks were being done to the mass of the people. I'm going to read a little bit out of this book, Freemasonry. It's just a general Freemasonry book. There's nothing special about this particular book. You can go to Barnes & Noble's. They're all the same. Everything has been published. I'm just going to read a little bit from this book. Pike says, Albert Pike, "It is not in the books of philosophers, but in the religious systems of the ancients that we must look for the footprints of science and rediscover the mysteries of knowledge. The priests of Egypt knew better than we the laws of movement and life. Had the interpreters of the ancient mysteries been possessed of a universal key to symbolism or a complete philosophy of its secret doctrines, the results would not have been so confusing. And instead of being an imitation of the mysteries of antiquity, Freemasonry should become their restoration and perpetuation through the coming centuries." So, if we are wondering why these ancient symbols became our nationalistic emblems, it is because the founders of our country had made a very conscious move and attempt to intermesh these symbols of ancient mysteries and ancient cultures, because the forefathers of our country made a very conscious attempt to intermesh these ancient symbols with our nationalistic emblems.